Hello, my name is Tom. Good afternoon. I'm the senior product director of the IEI. Today we're going to give you a presentation including especially focused on the IEI QTS Gateway platform. So today's topic is talking about intelligence surveillance for the future factory. So let's go on today's presentation. So talking about the agenda of today, so we will separate into the three parts about it. The first part we are talking about the industrial IoT trend. The second part will have a more discussion about the benefits of the IEI QTS Gateway platform. And the third part is our main topic of today's presentation, is talking about how and what kind of intelligence surveillance on QTS Gateway can be supported for future factory ports. Okay, let's see in this slide. It's talking about the PC's history, or even though you can say this is the IT's evolution history. So in the first beginning, in the 1975, something like that, there's a first PC from IBM was innovated, and at that time they are designed very big, huge sizes PC. They call this kind of mainframe computing. So start from the 1985 to 1990, then we migrate to the PC computing. Start from the 286, 386, 486, and till nowadays. So PC computing the sector is still affecting us at this moment. So Microsoft and Intel are also become more and more stronger during the PC computing stage. In the 1999, around the end, the networking started booming at that moment. And nowadays, around 5 years or 6 years ago, there's a new IT trends coming in called cloud computing. The last 1 or 2 years, everyone is talking about the fog and edge computing. So you can see the IT evolution is moving very quick. Such like every 10 years there's one phase. But start from 2010 to 2016, migrate from the cloud computing concept to the fog and edge computing concept. So we are everyone is still looking for the right path to approach what kind of a solution or application can be fulfilled and meet this kind of requirement in the near future. Okay, let's back to the Industry 4.0, or we talking another term called the IIoT. So IIoT's migration, as we presented before, is IT plus OT. So IT represents the human, the OT represents the machine. So in the past, we're using the cloud computing combining IT and OT. This is kind of IoT concept. But nowadays, plus with the edge and fog computing. So you can see, if you're looking for the factory side, and there will has a fog computing in between of the factory IT to the OT. The fog computing represents something like all the data, because the technician foresee there's a bottleneck if everything pop up to the cloud will be delay and lag the whole data processing. So that's a new term innovated called fog computing. The another part is talking about edge computing. It's actually really fulfill something like we are doing at this moment, because we are providing a very high computing PC in the field. But in the past, those PC are only using for generate or compute the data. But besides of that, the edge computing presents their currently workflow, besides of their currently workflow, but also including barrier. And of course, IEI's QTS Gateway platform is the best solution for all the IIoT demands. So let's looking inside to the IEI QTS Gateway. As you will know, this slide shows IEI Group overview. IEI, as a mother company, we established in 1997, and in past 20 years, we are growth as a group company. So QNAP is one of key partners inside of the IEI Group. So IEI represents the hardware capability. The QNAP represents the software capability in IEI's group. Then IEI QTS Gateway actually is totally designed based on the IIoT structures. So this is a basic IIoT structure. So as you will know, there's 4 different layers, start from the sensor or device layer, communication layer, cloud computing layer, and also including the application layer. So in the past, around 5 to 6 years ago, we keep promoting IEI are quite strong, can coverage all the device and sensor layer products. And for the cloud computing layer products, we have our subsidiary company QNAP NAS can be represent this position. But nowadays, trying to combine IEI's hardware capability and QNAP strongly software capability into the one. So that is the IEI QTS Gateway platform. So how to say this is a platform? Actually, IEI QTS platform is combining IEI's hardware and also including the QNAP NAS OS operating system into the one. So as you will know, QNAP is a leading branding company in the worldwide, especially in the network attached storage field. So they already ship out and more than million pieces for NAS. So all of the QNAP NAS are running based on the QTS software, their operating systems. So we just do some customization based on the QTS OS into the IEI's hardware. So we bring more like a cloud-based IPC concept into the IEI's QTS Gateway platform. So why I say this is a platform? Because we're not talking about the gateway hardware or something like software. As a platform, they should be able to loading different kinds of the application on it. The most key important things in here is we're showing this slide called virtual technology. We think the virtual technology is a key to the industrial Internet of Things. In here, QTS Gateway platform offer virtualization station apps, allow customers to building on their own application based on the virtual machines. So in this slide, if you're looking for the left-hand side, you can see there's based on the virtualization station these apps, we can generate 2 different kinds of guest OS. The guest OS we can choose whatever Windows, Linux, or other different kinds of OSs. And based on the virtual technology, we can also running 2 or 3 different kinds of virtual machines on one PC. And another key information we will be talking more in the next slide. So quick transfer and zero threshold is a main and a key feature about the IEI QTS Gateway's virtualization station functions. So still till now, there's many of the legacy equipment in the field. They are required the Windows 2000 and XP support hardware. But unfortunately, Intel and Microsoft, they are only offering the Windows 10 driver and hardware start from 2017. So, which means, start from this year, all the new hardware only support Windows 10. But think about one thing. How many of your customers in the factory, they migrate their OS to the Windows 10? I guess the answer is 0. So how to fix that? How to fix if customer want to have a latest hardware but with all OS like Windows XP or 7, then virtualization technology is one of the key to solve this solution, this issue. So so customer can easier to using our virtualization station based on the IEI QTS Gateway platform to put out their physical system to the virtual. Then this is one of the solutions. The second part is think about that. There's more and more CPU compute in your PC is not using. The usage of your PC in the field normally is just running 20 or 30%. But why not to using 100% of your PC? Because this is also another a topic people always discussion about. So with the virtual technology based on the IEI QTS Gateway platform, we can allow our customer to build on 1 or 2, even 3 and more, depends on your CPU performance. And one hardware IOs can also using our device management application to assign different kinds of IO and also including the PCIe and PCI slot into the individual VM. So which means you can have one Linux system to collecting all the data through all the COM ports. Then you can have another VM running with the Windows 10 or Windows 7 with also using your PCI Express card, such like a PoE card, to do something like machine vision applications, but just into the one PC, but without not two different PC on it. And I think another key point in here for the virtual technology is you can easier to remote import and export your VM. So if you have more than 15 pieces or 100 pieces of the PC need to set up in the production line, then this feature will be help you to easier through internet to dispatch all the VM from host to the client side. And talking about the disaster recovery, in here we know all the PCs, if you're running on the factory side, they should have some opportunity to crash or something like that. So in here we also offering a solution called a VM snapshot. It can be by scheduling to do the snapshot for your VM. So once your VM is really crashed during product processing, so you still can easier to do something like a recovery act to recover the last time you do the snapshot for this VM, and all the data will be still remaining over there. The second part we want to highlight in here is hybrid backup and sync-up. As you will know, the QTS Gateway platform comes from the QNAP NAS. The main purpose of NAS is doing something like data backup and also sync-up. So in here, we are also offering the same feature and function based on the IEI QTS Gateway platform. So local backup, remote backup, and also cloud backup is supported by IEI QTS Gateway, also including the synchronization. You can easier to define some specific folder to synchronize to your own smartphone or tablet. Once some data you want to check directly, even though you are out of the local LAN, you still can be checked it by your cell phone or smart devices. And next part we're gonna moving to today's main topic. We call this is intelligence surveillance based on IEI QTS Gateway platform. So surveillance in this wording, this term is not only talking about surveillance with the people, but also in factory side is talking about surveillance with the objects, surveillance with the machines, which you are building inside of a factory. So let's see how we co-working this with the IEI QTS Gateway. So talking about people, then in here, inside of IEI QTS Gateway, we are building the surveillance station apps. So these apps can be allow customers to connect with the 4 PoE camera set up in the field, in the factory side. And this is free. But of course, if customer need more, we can also have some license setting based on the website. You can easier to extend from 4 to the 128 channels. So this is still depends on how many you need. Second part is a more important stuff. Is we call the if you want to surveillance with your environment. So in here we are providing container station. So allow me to quick introduce about the container. Container actually is now latest virtual technology in the worldwide and quite popular in each field. So it's a very lightweight and has many of the open source to help our customers to connect with the MQTT and MQT. And also this is a growing numbers of popular apps like we're showing in the slide. And also including the Microsoft, all the big guys in the IT, they are also developing on their own container apps and sharing to the worldwide. And in here we are going to introducing IEI QTS Gateway's new apps called the QIoT Suite. Then QIoT Suite can be combined using all the IoT starter kits like Raspberry Pi, like Arduino Uno, like Intel Edison. So there's many of the starter kits, the related component to do something like environmental monitoring, like light sensor, temperature sensor, humidity sensor, and easy to get from market. So in here we can also allow our customer easier to build up their environmental monitoring solution based on QIoT Suite. And we're also offering the Norway as a rule engine, and also can be combined the dashboard application to showing pop up all the information based on the QIoT Suite. Okay, so we just talked about how to surveillance people, how to surveillance the environmental status, and the next part we put more focus on to how to surveillance the machines. So in here we are offering customer apps called QRM Plus. The QRM Plus actually is a kind of a remote monitoring software applications based on the IEI QTS Gateway platform. So how it works, we can start from the next slide. It's a workflow of the QRM Plus. So all the PC, not only including IEI's PCs, if this is a PC set up in the field side, we can allow IEI's QTS Gateway platform to surveillance all the PCs. The one thing you have to do is you need to install the QRM agent on the PC. Whatever the OS running with Windows, Linux, and such different kinds of them. So the workflow is very easier. The first step is to search all the QRM agent installed the PC in the local network, and you can generate a list. You can also doing something like a grouping. You can have a network topology, and also have those different kinds of features, which I will plan to introduce later on. The first part, we're talking about agentless and agent-based solutions. So agentless in QRM Plus, we are supporting the IPMI device hardware can be direct connected into the QRM Plus apps. And the second part, if your PC running based on the Windows or running based on the Linux, in here, just one small step to install the QRM agent onto your PC, then this PC can be also remote monitoring by IEI's QRM Plus apps. So device manager, once you do the search for inside of your local network, you can see all the devices which installed the QRM agent or IPMI machines will be pop up like the slide shows. Then after that, you can do something like a grouping and name it as a device tag. So if you put your mouse tag on the certain IP address or certain name of the device, you can easier to see what's the information of these devices. And of course, talking about the dashboard, we are offering three kinds of solutions. One is main dashboard. It's a default dashboard. And of course, we are in here also offering something like a remote screenshot dashboard. So once your PC they have IPMI supported, it can be pop up as something snapshot directly shown based on your screen. And the third part is you can create doing something like a critical device dashboard. Besides of that, we are also offering customer more than 20 widgets to customize your own dashboard, depends on your demands. And this slide introduce the network topology. So you can also change to the all devices list to the network topology. So this topology will be showing PC and the IP number. Then you can easier to see each individual PC status on it. For example, if the PC down, then you can see there's a red eye over there. Then you can easier to see everything. And troubleshooting via the QRM Plus is also a key feature of that. So in here we are offering customer 4 different kinds of troubleshooting method. The first one is KVM over IP, is more like a basic function of the IPMI. The RDP is running based on the Windows PC. The VMC running based on the Linux. And if you still want to via those to do something remote troubleshooting, you can use in SSH. So this is one of the key features. You can select one individual IP to trigger the remote desktop. So in the middle, this is showing the VMC and the remote SSH. If the local PC cannot support RDP and IPMI KVM, it will be not pop up showing on the screen. So once you launch that, you can remotely to monitoring your local PC status and doing all the direction via your host PC. And of course, we are also offering customer a web-based RDP. So even though the engineering is have a business trip in different countries, they're still able to connect back to the factory via the VPN. Then still can be do something like direct patch or fix the machine by remotely. And this is the part we just introduced, is the web-based SSH. And no need to install all the SSH client program. You can also easier to do the web-based SSH to do all the direction or troubleshooting via internet. And of course, to collecting all the information based on your the local site machine is more important for us, because those data, once you collect it, it can be generate like a big data analytic to achieve the predictive maintenance goal. So in here, QRM Plus supports the QRM alert log, IMPMI alert event log, historical data logs, and also including the system logs. And plus, we also have alert event management. We can sending some different kinds of event which happen in the local PC to your defined PC or devices directly. And of course, in here we're also offering the customer apps can be directly installed based on your smartphone or smart devices, whatever the OS is, Android or iOS. And we have more on it. So about is my today's presentation. As usual, we think the IIoT path still has a long way to go. So the best way to predict your future is to create it. So why not to create it with IEI at this moment? So thank you for your time.